silent. You know, people when I'm not around, they can speak a lot. They talk too much. But when I come, they are scared. That's why you find 50 people. So we must do better to understand each other. So I'm going to read now the petition. We are going to hand it over to General Mutota. He is the Deputy Inspector General of the Namibian Police. So it's as good as we are giving it to Joseph Shikongo. We understand each other. Yes. So the petition reads as follows. It's headed Police Brutality and Killings Petition. My fellow Namibians, we are gathered here to protest against police brutality and killing. Of lately, the Namibian police force is behaving like apartheid state West Africa police, which had absolutely zero regard for human rights and violates those rights with impunity. In those days, the police would abduct our people, torture them, and if they refuse to cooperate, they would be killed. This is what we are witnessing today in a so-called independent Namibia, where we have adopted a constitution which is the supreme law of our country. Chapter 3 of the Namibian Constitution, which speaks of fundamental human rights and freedoms, is very profound. Article 6, protection of life. The right to life shall be respected and protected. No law may prescribe death as a competent sentence. No court or tribunal shall have the power to impose a sentence of death upon any person. No executions shall take place in Namibia. That the public has seen that those 5 Namibian men were executed by rogue elements of the Namibian police. The interpretation of the post-mortem report reveals that the police appear to have intentionally killed the victims. Serious allegations of the killing of the 5 men in Okahandja have been linked to the drugs that were found in the vehicle of Jennifer Komali, the chairperson of NAMCO. We, the public, would like to know how those drugs got in the vehicle and how did the police officers who arrested Jennifer Komali know about drugs in her vehicle.
Yes.
We know for a fact that the Namibian police force is not as competent as they would like the public to believe. So it's quite possible that the allegations being told that it was Ims Mulunga, the suspended managing director of NAMCO, yes, who paid the late Akawa and Kalu to plant drugs in the vehicle of Jennifer Komali, working together with corrupt police officers, yes, who executed the arrest is true. Yes. It just so happens that on the day drugs were found in the vehicle of Jennifer Komali was the same day a meeting was set to take place to discuss his suspension. So the question is, who had motive to see Jennifer Komali arrested more than anyone else?
Mulunga.
If the Namibian police force doesn't understand the meaning of the word motive, I've made an effort to give them the definition. The definition for motive is a reason for doing something. It is clear that Emmanuel Mulunga had a motive because his job was on the line. The allegations are that Emmanuel Mulunga promised the late Akawa and Kalu an undisclosed sum amount of apparently 700,000, of which only 400,000 was paid. It is further alleged that when the late Akawa and Kalu started demanding for the rest of the amount owed to them, and they started to threaten Emmanuel Mulunga with exposing them, that's when plans were set in motion by corrupt police officers, including city police, to have them silenced. It is now public knowledge that it was Senior Vintuk city police and Namibian police officials who booked out the vehicle that was driven by the 5 men killed in Okahandja. We have reason to believe that the Namibian police force is covering up the killing of the 5 men. Because why did the police fail to make a public announcement that the so-called 6th person who escaped from the scene was actually arrested over 6 months ago? We have further reason to believe that this killing is being covered up all the way from the top police officials, who are either complicit or directly responsible for the killing as well. The Namibian police force has a lot of committed and disciplined, hardworking officers. Some have been serving the force for longer than 10 years and have 0 cases. However, they are never promoted. But it is alleged that those responsible for the killing of the 5 men in Okahandja have recently been promoted. This sends a very bad message to all committed, disciplined, hardworking police officers who are serving the public diligently, that they must also get involved in killing members of the public in order to be promoted. So it seems to me, if you want to be promoted in the Namibian police, you must beat up innocent civilians, or you must kill them in order for you to be promoted. Because this is the culture that is now being advanced in the Namibian police. We hereby make the following demands and questions that need to be answered. 1, we want all the police officers who are involved in the killing of the 5 men in Okahandja arrested with immediate effect. 2, we want investigations into the allegations of Emmanuel Mulunga being the mastermind behind the killing to be investigated with immediate effect and arrest to be carried out if allegations are proven to be true.
Yes.
We want a full report on the investigation of the drugs that were found in the vehicle of Jennifer Komali. We want to know where those drugs came from. We want to know how the police knew there were drugs in that car. So we want a full report as well. The families immediately demand the clothes, shoes and belts that were worn on the night of the killing.
We want our brothers' clothes. And their cell phones. Their cell phones too.
We demand to see the vehicles involved in the shooting. We want to see the car of the police, and we also want to see the car where those people were killed. We demand to know the identity of the so-called 6th suspect. We demand to know why Namibian police force lied to us about the killing, knowing very well they were involved by providing the vehicle. When General Mutota released his statement, he made it seem like they were not aware of what happened there. But it is now clear that they are the ones who provided the vehicle in order to go and kill those 5 guys. We demand to know why city police officers are killing people outside of their jurisdiction. We want to know what is the business of city police in Okahandja.
We want answers.
They must answer those questions. The so-called gambling place, was there no footage of the victims arriving and leaving? Where is the video footage showing the surrounding around the gambling house the night of the murder. We want to know if I'm going to steal now at that gambling house, and it is my intention. Obviously, I'll drive there, and then maybe if I see there are police officers, I'll make a U-turn and go wherever it is. We want to see those footages. Because this story sounds like... Let us just listen. Because this story, even my daughter, if I have to tell her this nonsense, she's not going to believe this story. So the police expect us, the public, to believe this nonsensical story that they are telling us. So, the families need to establish why would persons intending to rob a gambling place drive all the way towards the built-in shop and Natas Road. What triggered that action? This is a lie. These guys were never intending on going to rob any gambling house. Yes, because first apparently, first I want to rob a farm, then I changed my mind. Now I want to rob a gambling house. Now, can we just quickly listen? The police themselves said these are known criminals with many pending cases. Now these guys by now, they've studied criminology. They know for a fact the moment you open your gun at the police, you are a dead man. Now why must I shoot at the police if I know these corrupt police officers of serious crimes? We are the ones who usually go and rob places with. Usually what happens is they are the very same police officers when dockets are sent to court. The dockets disappear from court. So if these guys knew for a fact, why must they start shooting at police officers? It does not make any sense. And if they were known, as they are saying, why would you then allow known suspects to drive past the roadblock, 6 of them in a vehicle? So what does that tell us? It tells us the Namibian police is incompetent. How do people drive at a roadblock, 6 of you, overloaded in a car? Now they want to tell us that apparently they knew that there were drugs in the car of Jennifer Komali. You know how many vehicles are in Vintu? So this story is not making any sense.
They just went straight to Jennifer's.
How is Marius Ipinge Jackie related to the 4 deceased? And why was he brought in the police mortuary later than the other deceased? If they were both shot and killed in the same fashion. We want to know those questions. We want to know those answers. The families want to know why is it that the case that was opened a year ago is not yet finalized. The deceased parents, siblings and kids are still without closure on the murder. They are demanding from the Namibian Police Force the official and final investigation reports. We are thus giving the Namibian Police an opportunity to rectify itself and to have a cleanup operation to get rid of all corrupt criminals who are wearing uniforms. Criminals are no longer on the streets. And are tarnishing the reputation of the Namibian Police Force. Failure for those responsible for the killings of the 5 men to be arrested by Friday, 1st March 2024. The Namibian Police, listen, the Namibian Police Force is hereby notified that on the 4th of March, which is going to be next week, Monday, we'll stage another protest until every single corrupt police officer involved in the killing or cover-up is arrested. Over the years, we have witnessed the police abuse, its power, police brutality and killing has become a daily occurrence. Just last week, a young man was shot at the border of Chicago. That guy was shot here in Namibia. But the police, because they are the ones who shot that guy, they removed his body and put it between the 2 countries, which is called No Man's Island, so that they can cover up another killing. And this is happening in the Namibian police force.
And they are quiet about it.
And the deputy general is listening to that also.
So these things, we cannot allow them to continue going on in our country.
No more corruption, please.
Please,
Okay, let us continue. And sadly, when members of the public want to open cases against police officers who abuse their power, nothing is done. If you go now to a police station, they will just open your docket, give you a CR number, but from there on your docket, they throw it away. They never investigate it. But if they just hear Amushelelo is somewhere, but police officers who are abusing their power, nothing is done to them. We are not going to sit back and watch our country being turned into a mafia state by corrupt police officers. We thus demand accountability, justice, integrity, and transparency from the Namibian police force. Now, this part was for Joseph Shikongo, but because you are now here on his behalf, I'm going to address you as if you are Joseph Shikongo. As for the Inspector General Joseph Shikongo, you have been compromised and you are no longer fit to execute your duty of office. As the head of the Namibian police, kindly tender your resignation before we come and force you into resignation.
Yes.
You are very quick to dismiss the police reservists without any proper investigation or disciplinary hearing. However, you are very slow to act on police officers who killed 5 men in cold blood. That's why we are asking you the question, are you still fit to be Inspector General? Or should I take over from you and clean up the havoc and mess you are busy creating in the Namibian police? Let's note once again, the deadline to arrest those corrupt police officers who killed 5 men in cold blood is this Friday. Over to you, Joseph Shikongo. So it's said he's not here because I was supposed to give it to him personally. But in your absence or in his absence, please make sure
We also do
receive
not
that
want him.
petition,
He likes to
and please make sure that those deadlines are adhered to. As for the other things that can be immediately done, like the clothes of this family's victims, we want those clothes today, no later than 5 o'clock. Those clothes, the belts, all the personal belongings,
The phones.
we want them by no later than today, 5 o'clock. That one, we are not going to make any compromises in it. Those ones, we want them by today. As for the arrest, I'm giving you until Friday. Friday is the 1st of March. Friday is the 1st of March. You have until then to affect those arrests. Because on a daily basis, citizens are arrested on mere rumors. If this lady accuses me today of stealing her money, without any evidence, you will come and arrest me.
Exactly.
But serious allegations are being made here.
and
But all of a sudden, you don't know how to exercise your powers anymore. So please, this is a petition. I just need you to sign it for me. This is my copy. I just need you to sign that you have received it, you acknowledge it, and then you please put the official stamp so that we can know that it was received officially.
10 months is too long. 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 Arrest them. Arrest them.
Say something.
Who said 10 months?
Amushelelo and the general.
What is wrong?
If you don't really give people
We want answers. We want answers.
Silence, please.
Just a very good morning to you all. How are you? I can see you are not fine. Firstly, let me take this opportunity to commend you the manner you conduct yourself as from single quarter. This demonstrates maturity that you are a law-abiding citizen of Namibia. I have received this petition on behalf of the Inspector General of Namibian Police, Lieutenant General Congo. I am going to forward this hand over this petition to him. It will be shared with relevant structures and stakeholders for a response as per your request. However, I must tell you that police officers are not from any island. The Namibian police officers, they were not taken from an island. They are your own brothers, your own sisters, your own mothers, your own uncles, and your own relatives. You are the eyes and the ears of the Namibian police in preservation of internal security and the maintenance of law and order in this country. We want us to work together. If you have information pertaining to it, we also need the assistance. We are not everywhere, but we, as a Namibian people, we are everywhere. We need your cooperation. Under your leadership of Saddam Amushelelo, we should be able to lead you in a very professional and disciplined manner. So let us conduct ourselves in a very polite and disciplined manner. We understand your frustration. However, as I said, we are all Namibia, one nation. Thank you very much. Once again, I'm going to hand over this petition to the Inspector General, and you get your response as per your request. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If we are all Namibians, we must kill each other.
All questions are here.
Okay.
I'm not here to answer questions. I am here to receive the petition.
Okay.
The answer will come from different structures, and you'll get your information as well. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
So now we get back into our vehicles and then we quietly, no, the stamp one is fine, I'm going to get it. Don't worry. These are my colleagues, these ones. They know me very well.
Yeah.
They know me, I don't do that. So please, we are now going to quietly be back in our cars and then we are going to go back. But by Friday, if we don't have answers, take note that on Monday, we are going to protest in front of the police headquarters.
Oh, yes.
You understand?
Yes.
This time around, please bring along your boyfriends. Make sure all 10 of them are here. The one who loves you must show you he loves you.
Yeah.
So the one who doesn't show up, you must forget about him. Make sure, gents, all your Camborotos, the one who loves you is going to be here. The one who doesn't love you is not going to be here. And make sure the family comes out in big numbers. You understand each other? So if by Friday we don't get the response, the arrest is what we need. If those guys are not arrested by Friday, then let us make sure that on Monday we are back. You understand?
Their belongings.
This time it must be big numbers. The belongings, we have set the deadline for today, 5 o'clock.
Yes.
So if they don't have the numbers of the families, they can contact me directly and then I can channel them to the relatives' families. Do you understand each other?
Yes.
But the clothes we want today.
Yes.
That one is non-negotiable.
Yes.
You understand each other?
Yes.
Okay. So please, we can now go back.
And they must not make a mistake to arrest.
No, don't worry.
They do it. They are going to arrest us.
Don't worry. It's fine. Okay, so we can go back.